The biggest prisoner swap in post-Soviet history. 10 individuals were transferred to Russia, 13 to Germany, and 3 to the US. But how did it happen? The deal was set in motion with a phone call between Joe Biden and Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz in January. Scholz was crucial for the deal, as the US team working to free Gershkovich deemed a deal was only possible if Germany freed Vadim Krasikov, a convicted Russian murderer who killed a Chechen separatist in a Berlin park in 2019. Also a close ally to Putin, who had been calling for his release for years. This week, the Kremlin confirmed Krasikov was employed by Russia's FSB security service.
Krasikov is an employee of the Federal Security Service. He served in the Alpha Special Division. Interestingly, when he served in Alpha, he served with some members of the Presidential Guard.
Germany hesitated to free Krasikov, but Biden convinced Scholz during a visit to Washington in February. Berlin and Washington plan to also include Russian dissident and opposition leader Alexei Navalny as part of the deal. But days after Scholz agreed to include Krasikov, Navalny's death was suddenly announced. Kamala Harris condemned Russia and called it a further sign of Putin's brutality. Navalny's death came as a blow to the US team, but National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told Gershkovich's parents that he still saw a path forward. For Evan to be traded in a prisoner swap, he needed a conviction. So the US team kept working in the background. Kamala Harris met Slovenia's Prime Minister and pressed him to include 2 jailed Russian spies as part of the deal. On July 21st, hours before announcing he won't run for re-election, Biden called the Slovenian PM to place the final pressure. Finally, Turkey used its unique position as having open communication with both Russia and the West to facilitate the exchange of prisoners on its territory, with Turkish security forces overseeing the exchange and providing medical checks on the prisoners. Turkey has played a role with several prisoner swaps between Russia and the West, including the trade of a US Marine for a Russian pilot in 2022 and prisoners of war captured in the Ukraine war. The Turkish government hasn't gone into further details on their role in the exchange, but released a statement praising the agreement.